What's up, fellas? Welcome back to Loadout EDC. Black Friday just isn't like it used to be. These days, it just doesn't quite hit as hard as it used to. It feels more like a warm-up to the Christmas season. And rolling from Black Friday into Cyber Monday, you've probably noticed these deals haven't really changed too much, and they probably won't really change that much. But here's the good news. There are still some solid picks out there. Most of them on my Amazon list are more than 30% off. Not all of them. And you'll see at the beginning, it's probably going to be a little bit weaker, more in the 20% range, which is probably pretty normal these days. But let's get right into it. So some of the things that I really like, I really want myself, I have put on this list. And me getting into watch collecting a little bit, trying to get out of the smartwatch category, I picked up some automatic watches. So if you're the kind of person that's just kind of getting into the watch game with automatic watches that need to be wound up, this might be the way to go. It's a little expensive, but it's a lot higher end than the rest that you see on Amazon. So this is the one that I want. Nice leather case. Winds 2 watches. You can put them at different speeds and whatnot. 20% savings, $163. That does sound a little bit steep, but you're kind of paying for that more luxurious one. As you can see on Amazon, you can get them for under $100. Go get them if you don't care about the quality, but I'm more about the quality. And if I want to upgrade, maybe get 3 watches or 4 watches, this might be the way to go. Now, Home & Hadfield, I have one of their cases. It's a 4 knife display case. So personally, the knife case that I have is black, and I want to start diving into that walnut color. So here's a nice option, kind of a little dump station for all of your gear at the end of the day. Put your phone, your wireless headphones, your watch, if it's not automatic. Put your sunglasses, you can put your keys there, wallet, knife, flashlight, rings, anything that you got. It's a nice little dump station. $65, almost 30%. I almost hit that. Not quite. But we got some other stuff. So this is more what I have as the knife display case, but this is for watches. So if you don't have an automatic watch that needs winding, this might be the way to go. And I do have some of those. I've got a digital watch that I'm wearing right now. I have an analog watch that goes off of a battery. So this might be the way to go too. 20% off for Home & Hadfield. This is the 4 watch slot. You can use this as a dump station in your closet, on your dresser, on your nightstand, wherever in your room, your man cave, your lair, wherever you have that. Now you can upgrade this and get 7 watches, 17 watches. This is probably all I need. And they also have, as you know, knife display cases. So let me just get to this 50 knife one because I have way more than 50 knives. This might be something that I would want to pick up. You can store plenty of knives. You can display them really nice. It's got that walnut color. $400 does sound like a lot, but it does make it a lot less compact of storage. Right now, I have all of my knives and flashlights in this big clunky US General storage tool chest. Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive to get something like this, but it saves a lot of space. So if you're more about the space savings, this might be a better solution to storing your knives and gear. So now let's get out of the watches, the knife storage, all that. This is the speaker that I've been wanting. It's a nice portable speaker. I have a bunch of JBLs and I kind of want to get into some more classy looking speakers, something that I'm actually going to want to display in a man cave. So 50% off on this Marshall speaker. That's a really good deal. I don't know how often they promote this price point, but that's a really solid price for what you're getting. Now they also have this upgraded one that's a little bit better, more of a boombox style, still Bluetooth, all that, but it's just a nice classy looking speaker. Another Marshall speaker, 40% off, $179.99, a really good deal. So now getting into the earbuds. So these are my work earbuds, and these I actually kind of like to use as hearing protection. I know they're not made for that, but they definitely do cut out a lot of harsh sounds. So if I'm working with the air hose, any loud equipment, these are what I like to put in just to kind of dampen that sound. And you can listen to music, listen to a podcast, or listen to Loadout EDC while you're doing that. On sale for $30, 40% off. I'm above that 30%. Now, if you're an Apple fanboy, I'm not necessarily a fanboy, but I use Apple products here and there. 47% off on wireless earbuds. That is crazy, $69. Now, if you want the noise canceling ones, you got to spend a little bit more money, $139. Now we're under that 30% off price point that I was telling you. Getting into flashlights. So Olight has a good sale going on right now. These are all about 20 to 30% off, but these are new products. 20% off of a brand new product that they just dropped is really good. The Arc Pro is easily the best flashlight of 2025 in my opinion. I have the neutral white version and the cool white version in different colors. I've got black, I have orange, I have the Phantom Squadron. This one's really cool, but these are solid flashlights. 1500 lumens, you get spot, flood, UV, laser pointer, awesome UI, great upgrades from the Arcfeld series, magnetic charging and USB-C charging. You cannot go wrong with this flashlight. It fits well in your pocket. It is a solid flashlight. And I know I say solid a lot, but this one really is a solid flashlight for its price point. They do still have the Arcfeld Ultra, which is something that I used at work for the longest time. Now it's 30% off. So it's the best savings that I've seen so far. I bought this for almost full price whenever I got it. But if you do want a true upgrade, I would definitely get the Arc Pro Ultra rather than the Arcfeld Ultra. The Olight Seeker 4 is a flashlight that I've had for some time. I don't use it very often just because of its size, but if you just want a nice, solid, go-to flashlight for anything, like it says, emergencies, camping, searching, what have you. This is just a good overall standard torch that you can carry around. 4,600 lumens, more lumens than you'll ever need. It's got a good spot to it, but also floods a decent amount. It's got a little bit of spill to make it that flood. $97.99, 30% off. Good deal. There's a lot more to it than you would expect. It has this holster here, USB-C charging, magnetic charging, all the good stuff. Check out my video on this flashlight. I'll try to link that up. Now the Marauder Mini, here's the thing. If you want more savings, go with the original Marauder Mini. But if you want more lumens and more functionality and better technology, you might not get that 30% off price point, but you are going to get the better tech. Spend a little bit more money and you're going to get the better technology. I would definitely spend more money and get this one. I am not a huge fan of the original Marauder Mini, but they've made some improvements. It is still around the same size, but more lumens. You can do spot and flood at the same time. You don't have that blue and green light anymore. Now it's just two red emitters, which makes way more sense. But not only can you do spot and flood at the same time, but there's also that side light right here, 200 lumens. It's just a nice, set it on the table, use it just to kind of light up your path as you're walking. I don't know if you can use it at the same time as the forward-facing lights, so you'd have to look into that yourself. I don't have this one personally, but I've been wanting to pick this up. That's still a good deal, 20% off of a brand new product that they just released. Now, the Warrior 3S is another one that I have. This is a very spotty flashlight, so if you want something more tactical, if you want a more precise flashlight, this is going to be the way to go. It's got that nice tactical tail switch. It's got two modes where you can kind of half press or do a full press. It's got the turbo. It's got the strobe. It's got all the good stuff that you need. But then it's got the Olight technology where you have the magnetic charger. Just a high-end flashlight, 30% off. Now getting into Nitecore. I still don't have this one, but I've been waiting for it. The Nitecore EDC 17. Kind of the competitor to the Olight Arc Pro or Arcfeld series, just kind of getting into that wedge style flashlight. So you got the UV light, you got the forward facing light, USB-C rechargeable, and it's got the laser pointer, but it's just a good wedge style flashlight. Different kind of technology, how they have that more of a out the front technology. It's similar to an OTF knife. So if you want to pair it well with the OTF knife, it might be a kind of cool addition to your EDC. Deep carry pocket clip too. Now you got the EDC 23, 29, all that series. This is the EDC 23, 20% off. Nitecore, all of their flashlights are basically 20% off right now. I really like the MT1A because it's such a small AA kind of battery flashlight, but it's got some throw to it. For a small flashlight like this, $33.56, 20% off. That's a good price point, 800 lumens. It throws for a small flashlight. It really does throw. Then the EDC 29, just a banger flashlight. This is honestly like the brightest flashlight that you can carry at this size. Now Loop Gear, 38% off, under $100 for the SK05. Like I said, this is like the Swiss Army knife of flashlights. You have the side light, you have a floodlight, you have a thrower, you got that dial switch, you have a magnetic base, removable batteries, so this light will never actually die on you. It is a really good flashlight for the price point, under $100. Now, this one kind of caught me by surprise. This is the CL01 by Workos. It looks gimmicky and stupid, but what's really good about it is that not only does it have the 1/4-20 threading on here, so you can put it on a tripod of any sort, especially if you're a photographer. You've got all of the 1/4-20 mounts you can possibly imagine. So you can mount this virtually anywhere. You can hang it from virtually anything. And not only that, but it has a magnetic base. So that's what I like the most about this. You just need a nice floodlight to stick somewhere. You can put it on almost anything with the magnet, with the 1/4-20 threading, hang it, whatever. It's a really good floodlight. I use this thing a lot more than I would like to, honestly. $30, 53% off. This is something that you should get for a gift for someone. It can be used for almost any situation ever where you need light. It's just a good floodlight, to be real. It's got all the dumb gimmicky features with the RGB and all that, but honestly, all I use it for is variable color temperature. You can pick between warm and cool. I have a video on YouTube on this. I'll try to link that as well. So if you want another kind of flashlight that is on the cheaper end. This is kind of comparable to like the Olight Seeker 4. If you want to spend a little bit less money, this thing throws. It's a very throwy and floody combo flashlight. It's just a good kind of tactical tail switch flashlight. And it really does put out a lot of power, especially for the price. $37.89, 43% off. This is a good Cyber Monday deal. So the Lumentop Thor Mini is something I've always wanted, but never wanted to spend the money on. It's usually 20% off for Prime Day, for holiday deals, stuff like that. It's just a flashlight that I've really been wanting and I never want to spend the money on. But 700 meters of throw, that's not feet, that is meters. 250 lumens might not sound like a lot, but this thing throws. It is an LEP flashlight. And if you know anything about LEPs, they are throwers. Now, Utask has this camping lantern. This is another good one, but this is more of a bougie kind of lantern. It's got a nice size battery in there. It's got a built-in tripod, telescopic, something that you kind of just keep around the campsite, playing cards out on the table at night. This is good to keep in your backpack so you can extend that telescoping light and then put this part in like a water bottle holder of your backpack, and it just like kind of lights up your way. Really cool design. They have an upgraded version of this, but this one is 25% off, almost at that 30% off price point. Now we got all sorts of multi-tools here. I can't really speak to them because I don't have these ones personally, but they are good prices here. We got $39 instead of the normal $80 price point, 50% off. These are similar to like a Leatherman Wave, Leatherman Surge kind of counterpart, 44% off here. Now Leatherman, I can speak to these because I have a Skeletool. I do have this one specifically, just a different colorway, but this one is 20% off. As you probably know about Leatherman Skeletools, great tools, very simple, lightweight. Now this is the CX version. It's a little bit different, better blade steel, 154 cm blade steel, and it does not have that serrated blade. So if you want to skip the serrated, better blade steel, this is the way to go. I can't make a deal video without the Leatherman bit kit. This is a good price point, $25, 38% off. This is a very good price. I picked them up on a Prime Day deal. You got all the bits that you possibly need for your Leatherman. Now we got these little micro flush cutters. I just like keeping these all over the house. $16. I know it's only 20% off, but comparing it to Klein, Ideal, Milwaukee, all of the big names, $16, you can only buy one with that price. This you can buy 10 and just keep them everywhere. Use it, lose it, trash it, whatever you want to do. $16 for 10 cutters. Not a bad deal. Victorinox has some deals. This is the nail clipper one. I've been wanting this one for a while. 20% off, kind of mid-level deal. We're almost at 30% off with the next torch. So the thing that I like about this one, and I do have this one, is the zip tie cutter, and it really does work. I'll give it to them. It also has those trauma shears. This is made for EMS, first responders, rescue. 27% off is a pretty good price. Getting into some blades, we got the Vosteed Corgi. This is a pretty cool little button lock design, deep carry pocket clip, just a good gentleman's kind of pocket knife. I don't have this colorway specifically, but I thought this was a really neat looking color, and I would definitely want to pick this up. 30% off, $55. O-Knife has had their sale, 50% off of the Duron. This is a really nice pocket knife. Pretty standard, fits well in the hand. I compare it kind of to the Kaiser Bugai. Very similar there. It's just got that Nitro V steel rather than the 3V. Civivi Klingman. This is the best damn EDC. Taylor Martin design. Nitro V steel. Micarta handle. Nice pocket clip. That's what I really like about this. It's got a very unique pocket clip. Now $55, normally $74, and this really is the best price you've seen in 30 days. I have never seen it at this price point. I don't know if it's ever been this price before, but I had to pick two up because of the price that they're at. Kaiser Nice Guy, this is an easy one to pick up. It's a good Christmas grab gift. Give it to someone who's never owned a pocket knife before. Almost 30% off, $27.53. That's a good price. Now the Frost Buddy is something that I have had for the longest time, and I will back it forever. I love it. Keeps your drinks cold. Keeps pretty much any drink cold that you want to store in it. You can put beer in it. You can put energy drinks. You can put 12-ounce cans, 12-ounce bottles, 16-ounce drinks. $23, 42% off. Now I have this backpack. This is a very tactical backpack. Got a lot of pockets. Got a lot of ways that you can store things. Very comfortable. Feels high-end, but at a less than high-end price point. That's what's awesome about it. 20% off, that's a pretty good price. These are something I always talk about because I love these. At the price that they give, $11, you get 2 blocks and 2 chargers. You really can't go wrong. So precision screwdrivers, I've been wanting this for some time, but I have not bit the bullet on it. It is an electric, look at forward and reverse precision screwdriver set. Seems pretty good. I don't have one myself, but great for repairs, great for any basic needs that you have. If you're taking apart flashlights, multi-tools, pocket knives, this might be the way to go. 40% off. Good price. Now, Eufy, I don't want to talk about all of these products. There is a lot of them. I have their doorbell. I have the S340, and I have the SoloCam S220. Now, what I really want is to kind of upgrade a little bit. I want to get their home base, and I really want to get their NVR system. So this is their new cameras that they just released. You can get them in the wireless version where they have a battery and they have a solar panel. But what I really want is all wired, 24/7 recording, and this is the way to go. So you get this kit for $1,000. You get 4 cameras. And what's cool is that they can cover pretty much every angle of your house. So put one at each corner of your house, and they have that PTZ tracking. So they will track a subject the entire way. They have a bullet camera that just looks forward, and then they have tracking cameras that will move around. So you have all of your bases covered, and you can connect them power over Ethernet. So it's 24/7 recording, and you can keep it so you can monitor it in your house wherever you want, your man cave, your garage, your lair, your bedroom, but pretty much anywhere. You have 330 feet of reach with Ethernet cables doing power over Ethernet. So you got to think about that, where you're going to actually centralize this device, but then you can just patch it pretty much anywhere in your house from there. So that might not be the best savings. Look, you get 50% on their SoloCam S220, 40% off of their SoloCam S340, their doorbell, another 40% off, 43% off. So there's definitely better price points, but this is the one that I want the most. Now, a 65-inch TV for 44% off, $249. My 65-inch TV that I bought was like 500 something bucks, 600 something bucks. For only $249, I'm throwing this in my garage. I'm throwing this in my man cave. This is going to be monitoring my cameras. That is a good price. Like, buy it now. You can't pass that up. So this is for the family man. If you guys have a busy life, busy schedule, the Skylight is something I've been looking into a little bit. It's basically an automated kind of calendar system. Plug all the stuff that you need in on your phone, and it kind of just tracks your stuff for you. $249, 22% off. Not the greatest savings, but this is probably the best that you're going to get. Get this for your wife, maybe. Now, this espresso machine is something I've been eyeing up. 29% off for a Brayville. Brayville is like the top tier. I don't know if it's like the best brand, but it's a high-end brand for coffee makers, espresso machines, whatnot. $500. I've been really eyeing this thing up. EcoFlow. So I have the River 3. Great. It's actually powering my lights right now. It's great because I like to use this wherever I don't have an outlet. Just kind of bring this with me and it powers everything that I need for the time that I need it. So my light has 10 hours of power. The light that's above me can be operated for 10 hours off the grid. So that's what I really like about this. You can do USB-C, USB-A. It's got DC, AC. You can do AC charging. You can actually use this as a battery backup. So 20 millisecond response time has worked for everything that I need. So I pull the plug from the wall, power goes out, it responds within 20 milliseconds and keeps my stuff going. So I'm looking to upgrade a little bit and being able to use it more as a true battery generator. So more of a backup power station. So this is a little bit more expensive, but it's 37% off. Normally $599, now down to $377. This is a really good Cyber Monday deal. It's more of a backup power solution. As you see, it's got the 20 amp outlets right there. But if you really want to back up your house, say your power goes out, you need to power your fridge, any of your larger appliances and stuff, this is actually going to power up your bigger equipment. 53% off. This is a big dog. Now, just a couple little things in there that I personally want. Rhino Rescue has their kind of at-home first aid kit. Pretty much everything that you're going to need in a first aid kit. 20% off. It's a pretty decent deal. Rhino Rescue is a good brand. They use good stuff. If you want to save a little bit more money, 36% off of just the Johnson & Johnson, your standard Band-Aids, your name brand stuff. This is what I use currently at home, but would like to upgrade to the Rhino Rescue stuff. You get a little bit better gear, less generalized stuff, more true first aid in that Rhino kit. And then Life Straw, they always have deals on these. Half off, $10 for the Life Straw. Why not, right? So that is a wrap to the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals that I have found and I personally enjoy myself. So what do you guys think? Is there anything that I should add to this? Is there anything that you kind of have reservations on? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.